We need your help. If you love this podcast, can you tell one other person that you think will love the podcast? You can help us by telling just one. Just one. When you're at work, maybe you're out after work, maybe in the bar, just tell a mate, dude, listen to this show. We appreciate it.
Hello, welcome. Hey, you're listening to A Band of Gamers. This podcast, episode 208. We're a video game podcast. What more do you need to know?
That's about it.
Yep. In this episode, we've got Xbox Series X. So a lot more info came out. I want to chat about what Microsoft revealed there, and hopefully, as we've been doing, have a good chat about it. We've got an update from a game Carl is looking forward to. Topical with that Xbox Series X. GameStop. Trying something new in Oklahoma. I'm going to chat about what GameStop is doing, and then I have a little advice for them. In our video games this episode, Carl's talking about Bleeding Edge, a game coming out March 24th.
Oh, yeah.
From Ninja Theory. Shane's got 2 easy PlayStation Platinum trophies for you. If you want to increase that number. And we'll close out the episode with a quick update about a record Brad just put on our website. Well, I'm Joel, your MC, one of your 3 co-hosts, and I wish I played more video games rather than just talking about them twice a week. But it's been one of those weeks. Playing a lot of guitar, enjoying the beautiful weather, which I haven't seen in like 4 months, but it didn't get any gaming in, and that's a little bit of a regret. Joining me, he's back from his beautiful vacation. I don't even know if it was beautiful. I'm just saying that. But he went to the West Coast. He went to Vegas. He's looking good, even though he's on fumes, having just landed back in England yesterday in a 8-hour time difference to deal with. So from Birmingham, England, the West Coast traveler, it's Carl. Hey, Carl.
Hey, Joel. It was indeed beautiful. You hit the nail on the head. Yeah, that is a long flight. I normally hope I can sleep on planes. I don't know about you, Joel, but I always struggle. I try and get my head down a little bit if I can do. And I this time I planned in advance. Flew back at like 9 p.m. Had the little thing, the little pillow around your neck and everything. Just could not settle at all. Put a movie on to kind of drift me off to sleep. A war movie called Midway. And I thought, this will send me to sleep. I'm not into war movies. And when I've got one eye open, just kind of watching it and thinking, just see how that ends. So yeah, no rest whatsoever. But man, it was worth it. I've never been to the West Coast of America before, and going into San Francisco, a few days there, beautiful city, lots of fun. Driving down to Monterey, went down the Pacific Coast Highway, had a few days there. I went on a boat. I went whale watching, and conquered my fear of seasickness. Really, I'm really, really poorly on boats in general, and booked this trip. And like, right, 9 a.m. sea will be calm. Went out there and had all the precautions, and I felt good, man. I felt not even a twinge of it. We literally saw the half of one fin of of a few dolphins and saw a couple of whale tails, but that was probably about it for Monterey. But beautiful place, really, really nice little place.
Yeah, and then you went to Sin City afterwards, right? How was Vegas?
Well, we did a little stop in Yosemite first. We thought, as we were over that neck of the woods, we thought, well, we'll jump into the national park and just check that out. So we did a sneaky couple of nights in the Yosemite Valley Lodge, just there in the middle of the valley, and never been before. It was stunning. The views, so beautiful. And a whistle stop tour there. We watched a quick cup final in the airport in San Francisco, and then went to Sin City. And gotta say, man, Las Vegas is just amazing. I had the best time there. Did not want to leave. I would go back, as soon as I can. God, that place is fun.
Oh, it's fabulous. Fabulous, especially your first time.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Everything was like, we stopped in the Cosmopolitan, so a nice view of the Bellagio fountains. It was a great hotel, stunning hotel. And it was seemed like the kind of the most happening hotel as well. Lots of good quality drinks, sat at the machines having a little gamble, and, the ladies coming around, give you a drink, tip them a buck. We actually came back and we were a couple of $100 up, which is surprising for me. I thought we'd be right down. So yeah, it was a great experience. I think I've got a lot more to do there, though. I didn't do everything.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to do there. The other voice you heard from all the way over there in Vancouver, Canada, not too far from where Carl first traveled on this vacation, a little north of him there. A bit of hair of the dog today because he didn't write an intro, and that's what I'm giving you, Shane. It's Shane. How's it going, buddy?
Yay! Yeah, basically just down the road from us here.
Yep, kinda. A long road.
Yeah,
How could have sprung by?
How you doing, Shane? What's going on, buddy?
not bad, not bad. Just it's not snowing. It was supposed to snow last night, never did.
Wow.
I guess that's a good thing. I guess I don't know. At this point, man, I am ready for spring, man. We get a lot of rain here, a lot of doom and gloom, very, very gray, as you guys learned when you were out here. So it's ready for spring, man. Ready for that spring cleaning, sunshine, fire up the grill. Let's do it.
Yeah, birds are chirping here, man. Everything's greening up. I grilled out last night. Spring is in the air, and it's really cheering me up. It's been a while without some sun. So pretty excellent. But what do you say we get right into it? Do some ABOG-ing.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Xbox Series X. Bunch of more info came out.
Yeah.
And hey, PlayStation hasn't said a peep. So Xbox has just been dominating the news cycle. And I think it's brilliant that they continue to put more information out there while they're in this moment of having kind of the spotlight on them. And with the information being fairly positive, I mean, they're not coming out like they did last generation and saying, hey, gamers, we built you a new TV set-top box. No, this is all good news. So I think everybody, from what I can tell, it's been very positively received. Even them PlayStation fanboys are like, this is
you're not wrong.
It's got some potential
when you
here.
compared it to that, the set-top TV. The stuff coming out of this is well timed and it's informative as well. Like you're getting a good idea of what's in that box.
Yeah, and PlayStation, what are they going to do, man? I mean, they kind of got to bring it when they finally do speak. They got some catching up to do, right? I know they've got a very dedicated, large install base with the PS4, so they're fine. I'm not saying they're going to fall flat because Microsoft's going to take over. I'm not saying that at all. But I do think that when they finally open their mouths and say something, they're going to have to bring it a little bit. It's been a while, and I fully expect them to. We shall see.
Mm.
That's all you got.
No, I think they will. I think they will bring it. There's a lot of information coming out here, and it's steadily dripping out, and it's good stuff, So I would hope that Sony have got their battle plans ready, but it wouldn't surprise me if a couple of these things have got them, scuttling around behind the scenes, just trying to make sure that they give this the best presentation of all, and it'll just come down to the games, I think, from them. But yeah, this is a good steps here from Microsoft.
I think a lot of the factory shutdowns in manufacturing countries are probably the reason for this. I don't want to throw too much information out there, and then all of a sudden, oh, by the way, there's can be some massive shortage, or a launch delay or something. So I think they're just kind of sitting back, making sure they got all their eggs in one basket,
maybe,
and before they come out with some big news,
just in time for Easter, I guess. Nice pun there.
You're welcome.
I was going to go ducks in a row, but yeah, Easter's much better.
And you've got you had like a nice yawn in there, which I think is very symbolic of Sony's current message. Well done, Shane. I knew you planned that. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I'm good at them lately too.
The older you get, the better they are.
Oh yeah,
right?
Man, I can do some dramatic yawns. I mean, I can put people to sleep with my yawns.
Ooh.
But I don't got none right now. I'm excited to talk about the Xbox Series X. So 12 teraflops. Yep, that's a darn big number there, boys. I'm not a PC gamer. I don't know this technology all that well. But Carl does, yeah. Teraflops is a new thing though, right? I mean, processors on PCs don't really use the word teraflops, do they, Carl?
Not generally, no. I guess this is just a way of them trying to put something a bit easier to understand, perhaps.
Yep.
from what I get from the specs of these things, it's going to be tough to get a PC that will perform on a similar level when this comes out, unless you've got a good graphics card, and you're paying way more for the graphics card alone than you would be for this console, I would imagine. So the stuff coming out of here, pretty impressive.
I think the teraflops is like the new equivalent of Nintendo was the 8-bit. We had the SNES, the 16-bit, the Genesis. We had Sega CD, which did like the 32X thing.
Yeah.
The little add-on piece. Nintendo 64. Then the numbers went away. And now we're back in a little bit of an arms race as there's these iterative consoles that keep coming out. So they had to come up with a new numbering system. And here you go.
Right.
12 teraflops. In what they're saying, though, in I guess more layman's terms, it's 2 times more powerful than the Xbox One X, this 12 teraflops, and 8 times more powerful than the original Xbox One. So that's a significant upgrade. Some of the things that are in the 12 teraflop number behind the scenes there, it's got variable rate shading. So I'll just read what they wrote, since, again, I'm not an expert on this stuff. Rather than spending GPU cycles uniformly to every single pixel on the screen, they can prioritize individual effects on specific game characters or important environmental objects. This technique results in more stable frame rates and higher resolution with no impact on the final image quality. Pretty impressive, hey?
I like the sounds of that.
Yeah.
Again, something that's, it's not common in gaming PCs either. So
we've got hardware accelerated DirectX ray tracing. Ray tracing being a big buzzword right now.
Right.
And as I understand it, it's that true to life lighting is the example I keep hearing. And if you go on YouTube and look up ray tracing, you can see a couple of like before and after videos. I know they have a Minecraft one. It's pretty fascinating, the difference. So I'm looking forward to that. That seems like some next gen tech right there. Looking forward to that. We're all going to need new TVs too. So I'm very happy that I just went and bought a TV like a couple weeks ago, because some of the features that they're coming out with on this new console will require a new TV for me to enjoy everything. And I'm not buying a new TV. I'm a couple years off. Yeah, so if you're in the market for a new TV, I suggest holding off a little bit, because this console and potentially the PlayStation 5 are going to do a few things that will push that television market forward. Those TVs will catch up, and then go buy a new TV. Wish I would have known that about 2 months ago, but hey, my TV took a crap and I had no choice.
Nah, it's always fun getting new TVs.
Yeah, it's fun to spend a bunch of money.
Numerous times over and over.
Yep. SSD storage, which PlayStation was touting as well when they shared something about a year ago now, I think, right? Been a while. Half a year, 8 months since they had that Wired article. So apparently Xbox doing the same thing here. With our next generation SSD, nearly every aspect of playing games is improved. Game worlds are larger, more dynamic, and load in a flash. Fast travel is just that fast. So hopefully, draw-in becomes a thing of the past. You can just load this really large world. You're firing up the console, you're loading a game, should be lickety-split. That's the technical term I'm going to use. We've got quick resume for multiple games now. We've got that for one game on all the systems.
Yeah.
But they'll be able to do. And they haven't given a number. We don't know how many. But I don't personally need more than like 3. I don't know. I'm not really playing that many games at a time. Usually just kind of sticking to 1. But even having 2 to be able to fire up the console and go right back to where you were the next time you fire up the game, and be able to go a couple games in and have that same thing happen. I do that a lot on my Xbox now, where middle of playing a game, or I was doing it on the PlayStation as well when I played God of War. Just put it in a sleep mode, walk away, 2 days later, turn it back on. Do not have to load it, do not have to grab a game save. It's just right exactly where I left off. I love that feature, so more of that coming to multiple games.
That'd be cool. I would hope. For me, this is quite a cool feature. So say if I'm playing offline on my TUD, little solo action, and a buddy comes in, hey, I want to play some games online or whatever, then you can just like, boom, you go straight in there. And also, like if you're playing something like Overwatch, we have to queue for about 7 minutes to get into a game. If you want to play like, DPS or whatever, you could be like, boom. If this is instantaneous, that could be awesome. Like I'm just going to jump back in and kill some more, grind some more baddies or whatever. That could be pretty fun.
Oh man, I didn't think of it that way. Sitting in a lobby, quick jump out, play something, jump back. I wonder if that would kick you out of the lobby, though.
I don't know. It's still, yeah, I suppose it depends what the suspended state is like, but could happen.
Get on that Xbox. Or maybe
Look at
PlayStation.
that. Palmer just coming in here dropping jewels, man.
Right. Quick, we should cut that. Yeah, we'll keep that for ourselves. We'll sell it to the highest bidder.
I'll edit it
Podcast
out.
DLC.
Yeah, it'll cost them 3 beers. That's it.
We've got dynamic latency input. Another thing that it's basically the reaction time from your thumb to the controller to the console to the television. And there is multiple points there for latency between the controller to the console and then to the television. This is what they said in their press release. We're optimizing latency in the player to console pipeline, starting with our Xbox wireless controller, which leverages our high bandwidth proprietary wireless communication protocol when connected to the console. With dynamic latency input, or DLI, a new feature which synchronizes input immediately with what is displayed, controls are even more precise and responsive. And you know what, guys? This is going to be an important thing as we go into cloud gaming. If you want that box and you want to pony up for the 5, 6, however much it's going to cost you box, Series X, or you just want to go and play through the cloud on your iPad, the precise controls are going to be much more precise and much quicker having that box under the TV. So I think it's very clever of them to talk this up, but I hope that this was something they always worked on, right? I mean, every console comes out, they're like, we should make it so when you hit a button, it reacts like in perfect timing with the screen. Yeah, brilliant. You totally should do that. But I think this is specifically about cloud gaming, and Microsoft's going to have options. You won't need their box. You'll be able to play for Game Pass, or probably have Xbox Gold Ultimate, a controller, and play straight to your TV or straight to your iPad. But if you want DLI, man, spend $600.
And so they kind of should. There should be a benefit to buying the console, because up until now, I mean, or I shouldn't say now, but you're doing cloud gaming and, playing it on your PC as well. There was no reason to get a console, but to have the premium Xbox experience, you get yourself the Series X, you slap that under the TV, you hook the cables up, you hit starter options or whatever they're going to call the buttons next gen, and you're in there playing games. That's the way it should be.
Damn right. And speaking of cables, they're going to be supporting HDMI 2.1. Yay. Need a new TV. Fantastic.
Exactly.
My TV I just bought, thought I got a good one. 2.0, not 2.1. So I'm already failing. Nah, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to make a big difference, but Shane mentioned cabling, and I figured I'd bring that up. 4 generations. The existing Xbox One games, including all of your backward compatible Xbox 360 and original Xbox games, will look and play better than ever before. They benefit from steadier frame rates, faster load times, and improved resolution and visual fidelity. And here's the key, all with no developer work required. So it sounds like, and here's where Carl can help us out, being the master race PC guy himself, it sounds like if you buy a really great gaming PC, this is what happens, right? All of your games load faster, look better, play better, quicker, blah, 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 right? That's like a PC thing, right?
In theory, yeah. It depends on when the game was developed. Like, some of them are just completely locked down, so it'll only ever run at a specific resolution and all the rest of it. But in general, yeah, you would notice that. More interesting is the comparison with the next point, though.
Next point, is this it? Your Xbox One gaming accessories all come forward with you?
No, the other one.
All with no developer work required, or the whole next topic point?
The whole next topic, the next major
Got it.
point.
Yeah, glad we're prepared here. Smart Delivery. This technology empowers you to buy a game once and know that whether you are playing it on Xbox One or Xbox Series X, you are getting the right version of that game on whatever Xbox you're playing. We're making the commitment to use Smart Delivery on all our exclusive Xbox Game Studio titles, including Halo Infinite, ensuring you only have to purchase a title once in order to play the best available version for whichever Xbox console you choose to play on. This technology is also available to third-party developers and publishers, and they can choose to use it for titles they will release on Xbox One first and come to the Series X later. So this is like you're buying the game license, right?
Yeah.
And it will play one way on the Xbox One, Xbox One X, and play better on the Xbox Series X without having to buy the better version of that game.
Yeah, totally. Like if you've got a gaming PC and you pick up a game, and then further down the line you upgrade your graphics card, and maybe you put some more RAM in there and stuff, and the game will perform better, but you only have to buy it once. So I like that. That's hopefully third party developers will use it. We'll wait and see, whether they will do that and cut their nose off to spite their face a little bit. Maybe there'll be a little sweetener from Microsoft in there. Not sure. I would hope that there would be, because if you've got that game that you pick up on the Xbox One X, or say you pick up a certain game which may be coming out, and you play that and you're like, oh yeah, this is a good experience, and you upgrade your console, you just put that disc in, or download that digital version, and it runs a much more improved performance. So yeah, a lot like your PC libraries on Steam, etc. That's a really cool feature, and I really hope that developers do pick up on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure that this feature is kind of confusing to me. I know for sure, in my mind, it's like the digital license thing that I said. You buy the game and then it'll work either way. You'll get both of them on both consoles. The disc, I suppose, will work the same way with an update. So if you throw in a Xbox One version of Halo Infinite, for example, it'll run the Series X version. It'll like download the update or somehow just run that version of it.
I would imagine that the discs will just be a license holder. So you put the disc in and it will just kick in the download of the 4K version or whatever, and it will download the old game. I would imagine. But exciting times. Wait and see.
Basically, what they're already doing now is just you're getting that version dedicated to that device, I guess we'll say.
Yeah, rather than hamstringing, the new shiny version so that it runs on the Xbox One, yeah, I guess you're right there.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I'm thinking about, and they said this earlier with their 4 generations comment, your backwards compatible Xbox One, your 360, your Xbox One, original Xbox games that work will run and play better on the Series X. Is that what this is? This sounds like more than that. It's not just some tool built into the console that just smooths everything out. It's the way I'm looking at this, because you're spelling it out as its own feature, Smart Delivery. I'm expecting at the store there are 2 discs. You can get the Xbox One Halo Infinite, or you can get the Xbox Series X Halo Infinite. Or does that now make that just one disc?
I would think one disc.
Yeah.
Kind of confusing, sort of. I mean, brilliant. Yay, I love it. Thank you. This is great. But I'm just, in theory, I don't know how this is going to work. And I guess the way they write it, to me, it would be, just for the sake of conversation here, it would be the 2 discs, but having either disc gives me both versions. I mean, I'm trying to draw a comparison,
right?
To explain what's going on here.
Doing it backwards, you put that Series X disc into your One X, huh? So it would have to be just like a licensing thing, or a key to unlock that version on the console.
Try to think.
It isn't really any different than. I mean, I suppose it is because they're advertising it as a feature that third-party devs can use and stuff. But it's no different than if you buy, let's say, Red Dead 2, for argument's sake. I know you want to you put that disc in the base Xbox One. It will run. It runs okay, but it's not great. You put the same disc in your One X, and the performance is a ton better. So it's the same principle. It's just the water is a little bit muddied, I guess, because one's called Project, series, and you've still got the Xbox One X out there. You've still got the Xbox One out there, And I think what they're trying to ensure is that games will be played across the multiple there's the same. It's still the Xbox, but you buy the disc, it should work on any of them. If the developer wants to do that, and it could be that the game just isn't capable. If they're going to bring out a beast of a game that will barely run on the One X, it may say on the disc this will work on the One X and on the next version, but it won't be backwards compatible to the Xbox One. So it could be a little bit, confusing. I get that, Joel, but I guess it all depends on how they streamline that and deliver it.
Well, I think they're trying to prevent confusion. They're trying to make it so the consumer, now that they're going to have at least two, there's also a rumored second version of a Series X kind of thing coming. They're still waiting for that to be announced. A less powerful, kind of maybe a step between Xbox One X and Xbox Series X consoles yet to be announced, or supposed to be announced here soon. They don't want to make it confusing to the consumer, so they're going to make it so you get the disc or you buy the digital license, and it'll just work. So I think the whole goal here is to prevent the confusion. But me being a nerd here and doing a podcast, I am kind of confused by this. The example you gave, Carl, is a very good example. Red Dead Redemption 2. So I've got that I've got an Xbox One X. That's where I'm playing it. Looks brilliant, runs brilliant. I hear it coughs and wheezes a little bit on the Xbox One. But this smart delivery system, the way they wrote it, I'm thinking is slightly different than that. I'm trying to think of a good example. Give me a PlayStation game that they remastered and put out later.
Here's an example that might make it a little bit easier. GTA 5 came out on last gen, but a year into the new gen, it came out on our current generation that we're in now. So I take it'd be the equivalent of, you got your, for argument's sake, your PS3 disc. You pop it in your PS4. It's going to download, or is it going to run off the cloud? And you just need to enter that disc just to verify it, and verify so you can play it, and you're good to go.
Perfect, dude. That's exactly what I'm thinking this is.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, cloud-based gaming.
It's it's not needing to upgrade to the next version of the game.
No,
smart delivery is perfect. Thank you. You're exactly what I was thinking. Now, if you're a third party and you want to sell 2 discs, Grand Theft Auto 5 is a great example of this because it's a great game. So if you've got a PS3, you're playing it, you love it, maybe you didn't get through it, or maybe you like playing the online, then you buy a PS4. I'm going to get Grand Theft Auto on the PS4 because it looks better, it plays better. So therefore, Rockstar just sold you 2 discs. If you're a third party, and Carl hit on this, Microsoft's got to sweeten it for them. Are they going to give them a little bit of something just to make them do this smart delivery system? So they're not selling you 2 discs now. They're only selling you the one that's going to work. But here's a little kickback, or here's something. How are third parties going to want to do this? And maybe it's just the goodwill, because games don't, I think it's only maybe, in my opinion, like the creme de la creme games that you're going to buy twice. Right. So if you're making let's say a B+, A- game, you may want to take advantage of this because it's guaranteeing that the Xbox crowd's going to buy it, because they know when they go get the next console, it's going to be better. They're going to get that better version. Does that make sense? If you're not Rockstar, but if you're just making a great game, or what you think is a great game, are you going to tell everybody, hey, it's got smart delivery, so that you're more enticed to buy that game? Because you know that it's going to be future-proofed a little bit when you upgrade to that next console. Or instead, are you going to be a third party and say, no, wait a second. I'm not going to do the smart delivery. I want to sell you another disc. I want your $60 twice. That's what's interesting. I don't know if they're going to do that, not do that. If you're going to say, I'm going to sell you a disc twice, I mean, that's really, that's some confidence, right? My game is so good that you're going to buy it twice when you upgrade. Or I want you to have the best experience. We love you at Ubisoft, so we're going to give you smart delivery. We're going to scratch back and make you feel great, and you're going to buy a game that you know you can play on the Xbox. If PlayStation doesn't do this, and you've got a third party, and in that scenario, you have to buy the PS4 version, and for the better one, you have to buy the PS5 version. Why would they say, but on Xbox, we hooked you up because we love Microsoft. They're our pals. So we're gonna give you the smart delivery too. I don't, you know what I mean? Are they going to be on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, selling you 2 discs? But over here, they're like, no, over here we don't do that. Over here, we hooked you up. Smart delivery.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope.
Great for other first party stuff, which is what they're touting. And hey, it looks like they're gonna have first party stuff here soon, which is great.
And I can see it leading into Microsoft doing something along the lines of, you buy the console and all the first party games you get to play for free, type thing.
Well, you do with Game Pass, not free.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So I don't know. Be interesting. I mean, the other side of it I always think about is, the consumer's responsibility. You shouldn't be entitled to, because I paid for something once, I get everything that, and the gaming community is full of this type of stuff. And you got to be responsible with your purchases. You want the better version? You're willing to wait, then you wait and you buy the better version. I mean, but I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting how this is implemented and where it goes from here. It's a neat idea. It's a neat idea, and I think it works well with Microsoft's master plan, we'll say, with the whole cloud and being able to play anywhere. I think it just ties in there, and why not tell people that they're going to get, the best version wherever they play it. It's a nice cherry on top.
Yeah, this is the one thing that, as I think about, as we're waiting here for PlayStation to announce all of their flops and features and everything that they're going to be doing with the PS5, this and the 12 teraflops thing are going to be the comparing dicks techs for these two companies as they're going to battle it out here potentially battle for power. Well, we got 12 teraflops. How does PlayStation come out and say we've got 6 teraflops now? I mean, that you can't, right? So this is going to pull them up towards where, well, I don't know. We don't even know what that's going to be. So I think teraflops is going to be a competitive thing potentially, or maybe in a consumer's mindset as they consider maybe which of these to get. And the same is true with this smart delivery. I think if PlayStation doesn't do this and all the third parties are on board, it's could sway you towards Xbox, I think.
Yeah.
But it's probably just first party games that are going to take advantage. I don't know. We'll see. Really depends on what PlayStation does. What do you think, Carl? You're not talking over there. What's your thoughts on this?
I think whether PlayStation does it or not, I don't know if it will really matter if PlayStation's games are really strong. Being brutally honest, I think it comes down to that for most people. Now, most people are buying that console, and a lot of people don't care about backwards compatibility. They haven't got it really with Sony anyway. So if they're staying in that ecosystem, it might make some people jump ship, perhaps. But I guess the majority of PlayStation 4 owners probably don't have an Xbox One as well, so they probably wouldn't be concerned about owning the Xbox One version and then upgrading it to the Project X version. So I don't know. I think the big thing is performance. Geeks go mad about numbers, so the teraflops thing will be a big deal. It wouldn't surprise me if Sony, let's say, wrap that in a bit of a mystique. It's like 15 teraflops. It's 11, but it can perform up to 15 overclocked. Something along those lines. But I guess we just have to wait and see what they do. But it'll be a my dad's bigger than yours kind of argument. I would imagine when Sony get out there as well. So they'll want to have at least as many flops.
Yeah, the My Dad's Bigger Than Yours better than what I said, the comparing dicks, which is now a regret. Yep. I'd be curious. I think the PlayStation is going to do backwards compatibility with the 4. They already announced that. So it's going to be an equal playing field, at least with the current gen and the next gen. Xbox has taken it a step
Yeah.
further and has given some 360 and some original Xbox games as well. And as we
I'd be
mentioned,
happy if it was just 4. That'd be fine for me.
and as we mentioned last episode too, having the I predict that Xbox at some point here with the Series X is going to be like, and we added 400 more 360 and Xbox games.
Oh yeah,
Since
you know that's coming.
Oh yeah, they've gone quiet. We're not working on it right now, but yeah, you are. You're just holding it until E3 or something. It's like, yay, woo!
I wouldn't know about last episode. I was too busy taking all of my many holiday days, which apparently I'll get lots and lots of.
Yeah, you do. You gonna argue that? You get a ton.
No, I'm not. To be fair, it was something I wasn't aware of until obviously I met you a few times and talked to other American friends and stuff. And I guess I've got it pretty good deal.
Yeah, as my wife drives to pick you up from the airport because I had to work that day.
So true.
Yeah, very true. Well, Cyberpunk 2077, the first third party to announce they're using Smart Delivery on the Xbox, which in my mind almost also confirmed what I've been predicting forever. They're going to make an Xbox Series X. They're going to make a PS5 version of this game, which up to this point they haven't admitted.
Yeah.
But they still haven't admitted they're doing that. So that just makes that whole smart delivery thing a big mind fuck, to be honest with you. I'm like,
it does a little bit.
What's going on here?
They did come out, CD Projekt Red did come out and say there are no plans for a next generation version. So they didn't confirm that it would or wouldn't happen. And I guess this announcement by Microsoft kind of makes sense in that respect. So we'll see what happens with that one. I can't wait for that game. So I'm going to buy it on wherever I can get my hands on it.
Well, if you're an Xbox gamer, it doesn't matter which one you get because you're set.
Yeah,
ready to go. You're getting it on PC though, right?
I probably will. It because I kind of regret putting 560 hours into The Witcher when I could have bought it on PC and sunk that time into it. But then I bought it on PC anyway. So I think Cyberpunk I probably will. I probably will jump in on PC.
How's Roberta doing? Is she feeling a little inferior at the moment, or is she still like a very capable gaming rig? Because Cyberpunk's going to push Roberta, and that's Carl's PC's name, if you don't know. It's going to push.
She's all right.
Push that old lady a little bit.
I've got some upgrades and stuff in there. So currently got 1060. Is it 1060?
That was Rita.
I think.
No,
Rita was the old one. This is this is new.
When did you get a new PC?
Did I get it right? Is it Roberta?
No, well, she has many names.
You got to settle it.
Yeah, come on, man. What is
your PC?
What I do is I name the PC after the delivery person. So the gentleman who delivered Rita. So I gave Luke Rita. So that's his gaming PC now. So the delivery chap who delivered Rita was actually called Rita. So I was like, oh, I bet she's lovely. That'd be a great name. And then this massive Indian dude rocked up, and it was thoroughly pleasant. And I was like, okay, that's the name of the PC. Now the current one, she's called. The nickname is Madge because the lady who delivered this one was called Majinda. So I was like, okay, I'll shorten it to Madge. Also gets shortened to MJ. But she does go by the name Roberta on a Sunday.
You just being nice to me. Where did I come? Why do I got Roberta?
I don't know, dude. But it's going to stick now.
You're being too much a friend at the moment. Come on, they pulled it out of the sky. That's bad. It's Madge.
It's
okay,
fine.
I'll remember
it's
that.
Fine.
Never.
But yeah, this one I've got. I'm sure it's a 10. Sure, it's a 1060. I've got in there 6 gig, I think, in terms of memory for the graphics card. So it's a decent card. And should last, I think, for the next generation. Towards the end, it might struggle a bit, but yeah, it's pretty good.
All right, Madge, you can do it. Cyberpunk, GameStop testing some new ideas in Oklahoma, and apparently testing quite a few new ideas. They had a media press event. Of course, we weren't invited, but I've got to hear about all sorts of great other podcasts who got to go be a part of this thing, and GameStop not not unknown, is struggling a little bit. The retail channel, I guess, is struggling in general, but GameStop being specifically that is really kind of struggling. Their stock prices have plummeted. A lot of conversation about division managers. I just saw on Polygon the other day an article about some of the division managers being let go and upper management just being like, you got to sell, 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 sell. And every time I go to a GameStop, and I don't have any local gaming stores. I mean, this is it for me. It's Best Buy and it's GameStop. If I want to go to a store and look at video games. And if I like this, the same is true with record collecting. I don't buy my records online unless sometimes directly from the artist. I don't do Amazon with records. I want to support the small record shop because the experience of going to the record store and flipping through the bins and having a great store owner who plays music, you discover stuff. I just love that whole experience. I love that. I don't want that to go away. I kind of feel that way about video games a little bit. It's not necessarily the same as records, but I like going and thumbing through the games and looking at the box art. I love that. That's, to me, that's better than going through the store in PlayStation or the Xbox digital store and just looking at little things and little videos. I like the tactile, the hard copy experience. So I'm hoping they survive. But what's been killing GameStop, at least for me, is when you go there, they're so in your face with all of their deals. It's just leave me alone. You know, would you like to buy a replacement plan? So if you scratch the hell out of the disc, you can get a brand new copy. No, leave me. No, I baby my dad. No, I don't want. Oh, I noticed that your gamers club thing expired, whatever they call it. I don't even know what they call it anymore. It doesn't matter. It looks like that's expired. So would you like to pay $15 today? Oh, by the way, for $20, you get the plus bonus, exclusive bonus. Right. It's like, and then they like, oh, excuse me. Do you, I noticed you have an iPhone. Would you like to sell me your iPhone? I get you really good trade. It's just like they go through this like list of like sales crap that they're, I think, required to do. And maybe even worse is that, and I suppose at some record stores this happens, not the ones I frequent. They're all pretty cool dudes. But you've got that like the elitist attitude, right?
Exactly.
Where you walk in, you're like, I'm looking for a copy of this game. And they're like, did you pre-order it? No, man, if I pre-ordered it, I wouldn't be here, right? So I'm looking for it. Just came out. I didn't pre-order it. The buzz on the street, the word on the street, it's a really good game. I've decided now to buy it. You are the gaming store. It's popular. You got a stack of these, right? So can I have that? I'm sorry. We only got 3 for those that didn't pre-order it. or the elitist, like you trade a game. And they're like, well, what the hell are you trading this for? What are you doing? This is a great game, right? Why would you trade? It's just this like elitist attitude.
Yep.
That a lot of these guys and gals have at these. I'm not trying to pick on GameStop, but I guess I am here. Just so they're trying some new things. They're doing like a community where they've got machines set up, and you can with your exclusive plus gamer account thing, you can play some games. Some Fortnite screens will be set up. They're trying to make it so you can do some couch gaming, basically, with a community, open atmosphere. And I think that's a neat idea. I don't know if it'll work, but I give them credit for trying new things. I think you have to pay for that. So I heard they're gonna have some Rocket League TVs set up. Smart.
Kind of like the old internet cafes that used to be around before everybody, had internet and whatnot. I know you used to be able to go up there, and then everybody would be in there playing like Counter-Strike or whatnot. And, everybody hooting and hollering and having, good rounds and whatnot. It's the same kind of idea, I think. But
yeah. But the key word you've used there, Shane, used to.
Exactly.
I guess it's probably too little too late. But if what I would like from GameStop is just to stop the elitist attitude from the clerks, which I guess is difficult because it's the people they hire, so it's maybe an interview question you got to ask to make sure you hire people that aren't knobs, and then stop with all the sales pitches. I know you're struggling. I know you need to like sell me your Gamers Club thing, and you want to buy my phone, and all these things that help you profit. I just want an open experience, like my local record store, where the guy's got to work it. You walk in, he's like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's playing great music. You're looking for a copy of a record. He's like, "Yeah, I don't have that, but dude, I'll order it for you right away. Like, I'll have it in by next Tuesday, man. I got your back." Or, hey, you walk in, he's like, "Oh, you like Steve Gunn? Here, I've got that new Steve Gunn record. Have you heard that yet?" Like, it's that personal touch, that personal experience that they have. They're struggling with that, and I know it's hard with a big corporation. It's very difficult, but that's what these gaming stores need. Just please back off with the pressure sales and just be nice. And it is too late. It's too late. That's not going to work now. But if they just would have did that 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, maybe I wouldn't drive by the GameStop and feel like, oh crap, I hope that one guy's not working, because man, he just is. Ugh.
Is it the problem is as well? It's a real shame, because most of the people who take those jobs, they have a passion for it as well. They want to work there because they're into games. So it would be a lot easier for them to be rather than you go in and you say, "Oh, this game's just come out. I'm into it," and they give the intake of breath, like if you're taking the car to a mechanic and it's like. That's you didn't pre-order. That'll cost you. We've only got this version and it's pre-packaged with all the plastic accessories. So that's like another $30. And we've only got those ones. There's bundles left. Rather than that behavior, use some of the knowledge that they have. Use some of the, if you're picking up the new game, be like, "Oh yeah, that's really good. Have you played so-and-so, or, make sure you Google, how to do X and Y. If you don't want to sit online, we do have a strategy guide. Like if you want, like stuff that might be useful to you, rather than just trying to, nickel and dime everything that you do. But every now and again you get a really helpful one. Like we do over in this country. Every now and again you get one. You're like, "Oh wow, that's a genuinely nice chat." When I was in I don't know where it was now, Monterey, and we went to the store and got some beers and that from Trader Joe's, I think it is. It's all like organic and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And they did a great thing, by the way, which I'm sure is no surprise to you, Perry. You can get a 6-pack of beer and take one out and just buy one. Like to somebody like me who's checking in every unique beer that he drinks. I'm currently over 800, by the way. Yay me. To do that and have your own pick and mix of stuff, it's great. But I wouldn't have known that unless the dude at the checkout was like, "Oh, you know what? You can separate these out, like, and you can do your own, like, make a 6-pack, like a pick and mix." And I was ecstatic with it. But he was chatting to me, super friendly, no push, no, like, I know it's a different role, but I was wearing a Witcher hoodie, and he was like, "Oh, dude, Witcher hoodies," and he was just loved his games, and it was a pleasant conversation, about Witcher 3, about like different quests, and about Cyberpunk, all that stuff, and like the people in these shops, they know what they're talking about when it comes to games. And it'd just be nice if they were just given a bit of, less of the hard sell, left whipping from management, and just, talk to the customers, engage with them. Because people, there's a lot of people who like video games a lot to talk about it, and they'd go into the store and talk about it and probably buy stuff. So there's my 2 cents.
Yeah, great point. And 10, 15 years ago, when I bought the Xbox 360, I pre-ordered it. I bought a bunch of games with it. So then when it came out, I was like ready to go. The console, I went like way overboard. Had like 6, 7 games, extra controller, all pre-ordered, all paid for. But anyway, that GameStop, there was a young lady working there. That was the manager there. She was magnificent. Every time I walked in, no, not like that, Carl. I see your face. I would walk in, and the nicest, most warm, like almost felt like a gaming, like the mother of the store. Like she was just the warmest, nicest, most welcoming person that you'd walk. I looked forward to going to that store just to say hey to her and just be like, "What's going on? How have you played that new?" And she was just, those experiences, man. I just feel like they're at these stores are gone. And she got moved to a different store, and I was like heartbroken. Like, no, you're like the best GameStop employee ever, and now you're moving on to. Maybe got promoted even. She was so great at her job, but I miss that. I miss that, like that tender feel of a good store clerk. You just
enjoy your games, eh?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's why I love that store.
I don't have.
You can chat about anything, and the people that go to Willow Video have been going there for years. Obviously, there's new people that go in and whatnot, but there's so many. I mean, I see the same people in there a lot of times when I go in, and not just the employees, other customers and whatnot, and everybody knows each other. How's Richard doing or whatnot? I don't know. But yeah, it's part of that personal touch that is kind of lost art now, in sales, and it's a shame, and it could be why a lot of these companies like GameStop and even some of the big box stores and whatnot, they just they don't teach that in sales anymore. It's too bad. It's all about the number.
Yeah, it's that they're failing, they're fleeting. So, like I said, too little, too late. But that was my advice to GameStop. Like, just teach people these things, be a welcoming place, help, and stop like pushing. That's how you maybe succeed. Probably not, but I do miss it, and I wish I had a Willow in my neighborhood. I've got nothing like that. It's GameStop, Best Buy, Target. That's it. Otherwise, it's all on digital storefronts. What am I talking about, though? Didn't I just say I was going to buy all digital games on the Xbox? Man, I'm a
You
hypocrite.
sure did.
Yep. Man, wishy-washy.
So you just go in the store and just thumb through the cases, get that new case smell, and then go and buy it digitally and pay $5.
And then downloads it on his phone or do the purchase right there on the phone.
I love Acme Records, right? So I've been buying a lot of records like directly from the artists, because you get these emails like, hey, William Tyler just announced a new album. I'm like, oh, he did? And you get this really cool like splatter variant or really cool like limited edition color vinyl if you did buy it from his store, and I'm like, oh, cool. Pre-order comes in the mail. Now, because I want to support my guy and I want Acme to be around forever because I love that store. Now I put it on my calendar like, nope, not buying it from Tyler directly. I put it on my calendar so that when that day arrives, I'm like, okay, I'm going to Acme and I'm buying it from Acme. I
Nice.
want to support my local shop local, right? I would do that with a good store clerk for games. It might keep me on some physical copies. All I'm saying.
Nice.
Yep. So video games, what we're playing. We've got 2 easy platinums from Shane, but before that, Bleeding Edge. Carl, you ready? Couple weeks off.
Yeah.
You do this?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
All right.
It lived long in the memory, this one.
It's like riding a bike.
Before I went away, Microsoft had a little open beta for Bleeding Edge, which is a new, I guess you want to say, a 4v4 brawler online, team deathmatch kind of thing. Very similar to Overwatch. There's a lot of kind of, I guess, little nods to the game, and they're obviously after a piece of that pie. So 4v4. It's in beta at the minute. I think it comes out on the 24th of March, around that time. I think it's about $30 on Steam from memory. It's free on Game Pass if you have Game Pass. So another little tick in the box there. Developed by the guys at Ninja Theory, like you said earlier on, Joel, the guys over here in the UK. And it's a very melee beast, which is a bit strange. Overwatch has got a very random mix of different character classes, and a lot of them are quite fun to play and are very, very different. In this game, you've still got your tank type, want your healers and your melee DPS kind of guys. It's a fun game. There was a couple of maps available in the beta. It was kind of capture the flag sort of thing, but rather than capturing the flag and capturing the zone, you had to get these little batteries, kind of pick those up and then stock up on them and try and run the gauntlet, try not to get killed, take them to the point, open the point, and then kind of put the batteries in there and you can get points for your team. A couple of other maps as well, but just the regular fare, really, first to X amount of kills and stuff like that. The characters look pretty cool. Some of them really unique. I was playing as this kind of heavy metal dude. He had an axe that was a guitar as well, kind of reminded me a little bit of Brutal Legend. And it was just kind of thrashing out on it. And, he had a special move, which was an area effect damage thing I think it was called Ride the Lightning. And very cool, kind of area effect trap and gets everyone in there, does a bit of damage. the characters play quite differently, but the character designs, although some of them are cool, there's one or two that look completely hashed together. Like I think there was a half woman, upper half was like a lady, and then the lower half was like a mechanical ostrich or something with like these big bird legs and stuff. And it was just a bit okay. It just seemed like maybe they were getting a bit bored, a bit short of ideas at the end of it. But it's basic. It's a fun little game. It's easy to pick up. The kind of in Overwatch and stuff like that, all the rewards are cosmetic. You pick up different things, and you can store them up, and they're fun. You can have a bit of a laugh with it, but nothing changes the way that you play. Bleeding Edge, something a little bit different. Each character has kind of got a couple of customization slots, so you can kind of add. If you think of something like Borderlands, where you can add, a percentage to a particular ability, or reduce a cooldown, things like that. It's got stuff like that you can use. So you kind of unlock these things as you go through, and you have 3 slots, I think it is, where you can apply those. So if you've got one particular move that you really like, or you think is particularly overpowered, so say you want to do Ride the Lightning all the time, you can put those little boosts into that and modify that skill. But then there are also upgrades as well for your profile, like your own avatar, if you like. So you can you get a couple of different variations on abilities and on upgrades, and that kind of works quite well. It makes you feel like you are working towards something rather than just cosmetic items. And there are also obviously cosmetic items, costumes, and different things like that. The one fun thing about this game that I did enjoy is in Overwatch, you've got one dude who can run, pretty much. Soldier is the only one who can sprint from memory. Now, in this, you can mount up. Every character has a hoverboard, so I think you press like down on the D-pad or something, and it'll summon it, like you summon a mount in World of Warcraft, and there'll be a little bar that goes on the screen. You're vulnerable in that moment in time, but then you summon your hoverboard, and you can zoom around the map a little bit quicker and stuff. Those hoverboards are also customizable, so you can get some pretty cool little like missiles, and I'm assuming there's got probably some kind of Back to the Future nod in there somewhere, but yeah, it's fun. I had a good time with it. There weren't any issues with queuing up for battles. There wasn't any issues with loading, respawn rates, and all that sort of stuff. Some character imbalances. There's one or two characters that feel quite tough. But yeah, I think if you've got Game Pass and you enjoy that multiplayer online stuff, you want something a little bit different, it's worth playing. It could be quite fun. If you get a group of you together and go 4v4, I definitely could tell those teams who were organised when I played this, as opposed to getting chucked in with a bunch of randoms. So, yeah, it's an interesting game. We'll see what it reviews and stuff when it comes out on the 24th. But Ninja Theory, good developer and backed by Microsoft, and it's a kind of a proven formula, really. So I guess we'll just see what happens with it.
I think they own them now, right?
Yeah.
One of the first parties they bought.
I don't know if this game is in development already or whether it was something that they've just done for them. It does seem like the kind of thing that can be knocked up fairly quickly. So, it could well be that they just picked up and said, let's get a little piece of that pie.
I would imagine it's probably something they had in development before. I would think, I don't know, but all the first party stuff all those acquisitions are going to benefit a year or two down the line, right? So this is still pretty fresh as far as their acquisition.
Yeah, totally. They'll be, I don't know, I guess cherry picking. The things that they really want to push out, and no doubt, it's probably very good timing with them with the next generation as well. They pick these devs up and they'll have had ideas and have had stuff that they're working on, and they're like, right, we'll save that. We'll do that next gen. We'll push this one. We'll sit tight. So, yeah, definitely recommend giving it a go. It's free on Game Pass. Who doesn't enjoy Game Pass? So yeah, get stuck in. 24th of March.
Nice. Shane, you've increased your platinums, raised your number maybe. I don't know. It's harder to raise your number now probably, right? You got a high number. Right. Couple platinums does it take to raise you one number?
It could be a few actually. Oh, that number, possibly. It takes a while, man. That thing never goes up anymore.
Yeah, your level, the higher it gets, the more trophies it takes to get it up as well. Yeah, it's tough, man.
The same with age. All right, so what's these easy PlayStation Platinum trophies you got?
2 I came across and was able to do. Really great from one of the greatest developers in video game history, Radalika Games.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Brilliant. Home of the 15-minute platinums. And these are, well, the first one is Milo's Quest. You're basically a dog to dog. And
Nice.
you roam around the board, make your way through it. Sometimes there's enemies. Pick up bones. You got to find keys to unlock different areas to get through in order to. I don't know, man. I just watched a walkthrough and went through, banged this one off in like 20 minutes. It was fantastic. And then it's also a plat as well. Another term that you heard here first. I've heard other people using it. It's catching on, but you heard it here first at the Band of Gamers podcast. And also, I got it on the Vita. So within an hour, 2 platinum trophies, bang, bang. Excellent stuff. Another one, which I think is a better game, is Deep Space Rush. And it's basically like a run and gun. You go through different sections and all sorts of different enemies to take down. There's you can upgrade your health, your guns, all that stuff, which you kind of do automatically as well, not automatically, but really easy to do. You can basically just play this game for like 20 minutes without any real direction and get the platinum. Super, super simple. Literally like 15, 20 minutes. Plat as well. Buy it once, you get it on the Vita as well, and then the Vita version. I'm keeping it on my Vita because it's actually a fun game. I actually do really like this game. It's kind of like 8-bit-ish style gameplay with 16-bit kind of graphics, kind of cool, real old school looking. Fun game. Fun. You have a blast with it. Both these games were, I think they're like $5. So $5, couple quick platinums, easy peasy. We don't care. It's good stuff. So it was nice it's been a while. And I was actually looking through trophies. And it seems like every 4 or 5 months, it's kind of like, you get a hankering for a couple platinums. And I went through there and literally like every 4 or 5 months, there's a list of like 4 platinums in a row from a couple quick games like this, going back a few years now. So yeah, I like these easy, cheap platinums. Have fun. Gives you something to do when you don't really know what to play and you're not ready to continue playing Red Dead Redemption 2 for your backlog challenge that needs to be done by the end of the year. Because you extremely dislike the game.
Damn.
But I'm still I am gonna fire it up and I am gonna do a mission. Some point.
One mission by the end of 2020.
Right? Feels like it's gonna be tough, but I just gotta get into the I just can't bring myself to
I know, dude. I know how you feel.
It's yeah. Having more fun with GTA.
Yeah, I've been enjoying
I don't blame you.
Your GTA posts on Instagram and stuff at Band of Gamers on Instagram. Very good, man. You get lounging in your undies like last night, right? 2 nights ago.
My dude, he's always rocking those, those like 70s, short shorts that all the sexy dudes were wearing back then, So that's what I do. I got my electric blue hair, couple tats here and there, and then my short shorts with my purple chucks. So
love it.
I'm ready to go, man.
That's a stylish look right there.
Right? Yeah.
Nice work.
Yeah. So nice to put on a cheap little game and just kind of wing it.
I feel you though, man. It is nice to have that motivation. When you're facing like a 50-hour game, it's like, it could be a little hard just to throw that on, but to have something to kind of chug through real quick kind of gives you that little push, a little spark.
Exactly. Well said, pal.
Every 5 months for you. That's cool.
Right. Every 5 months I play a video game for 15 minutes.
It's revealing, but I don't even know what it says about you. Like I got to get a psychologist over here to help me figure this one out. But
that's enough, though. I'm just looking at my my PlayStation profile trophy card thing. Which, if you go to PSN profiles, you can see everyone's trophy card. Have a good look at it. So I'm level 34, and I think I've been level 34 for a good 6 months or so. I don't think that's moved. I'm almost level 35 with 113 plats, but yeah, I need to get into that. I was working on one while I was away, actually, here and there. when I could on the Vita, but maybe I'll have done that by the next episode. We'll see.
Well, I'm up to 63 now.
Jeez.
So
That's your number? 63?
No,
No,
platinums.
Platinums. What's your number? Do you know your number?
Oh, it's like 24, I think, or something like that.
So Carl's got the bigger e-penis at the moment?
Well, here's the thing, is that I now have to get through 437 platinums by May 29th. Yeah, I got to get 437 platinums by May 29th. Or 436, because I want my 500th platinum to be The Last of Us 2.
Really?
Is that when that comes out? May? Is that the day?
I just kind of guessing.
Okay. I didn't know that was announced yet.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was delayed a little bit, but it's soon, I think. I mean, the big release this month will be Persona 5, the Royale.
Ooh.
Which is basically Persona 5 again with one extra character and some new story stuff. Like there's a whole new semester at school. Yeah, I might have to pick that up. And I've platinumed the game already and all the rest of it, but I'm really hankering to play that game again. 2016, that game came out. I think I might have to get the Royale edition. Royale with cheese.
Do it.
I have a big game for me right now on the horizon. It's Animal Crossing. New Horizons.
Oh, yeah.
The 20th.
I said, oh, yeah.
20th of March. I've got.
Oh, shit, I pre-ordered that.
Yeah, me too, man. I got the 2 Switches now. So my wife and I can play this together. Not couch, but online. So she's taken over the regular Switch. She wants to be able to play it on the TV. And I've gone through, and this is probably a whole episode for a different time, the rigmarole that is transferring all of my content to the Switch Lite and setting it as my primary console and all that good stuff, which was a couple YouTube videos and lots of website searches to figure out how to best pull that off. But man, I am stoked. 12 days. If anybody would like to play some Animal Crossing, please hook me up. Hey, Carl raised his hand. All right.
I'll be there.
Yep. We're looking up to eight players online. So it's going to be a fun game around my house, and I'd like to hook up with a few people online. So if you're into that, let me know. Look us up. You can find us online all over the place. You can send us an email, abogpod@gmail.com. But before we go, a little bit of music. Brad's got this great thing going on where he's in sync with our episodes too. I love the way he's timing these things. So he puts an album out there for 2 weeks, gives you a chance to listen to it, to chime in our Discord server. The review he just posted and shared a few of your comments, Supersuckers, Play That Rock and Roll, is now available on our website, at A Band of Gamers. Nope, that's not. That's Twitter and Instagram. abandofgamers.com. And check that out. Check out his review of that album. Got a Spotify playlist in there if you want to listen to it as well. But the next album, so if you're listening to this show quickly, get in on this. Join our Discord server. Let's hang out. And it's going to be Wayne Kramer and the Pink Fairies with their record Cocaine Blues. So that's the album of the cycle, the 2-week cycle, right? Get in on that. Give it some listens. Comment over on the Discord channel for that album. And then Brad will post his review. And it's good. A good cycle of a recommended album still going strong on ABOG every other week. Thank you, Brad. Got to see Brad the other night. He was over for record night.
Nice.
He brought his lovely wife. She kind of
fantastic.
Yeah, she kind of joined a little later. Everybody left. Gina was here towards the end. Shay and I and Brad, my wife Shay and I and Brad hung out till about 1 a.m, I think. I don't know. I lost track of time. I really enjoyed myself. Apparently, the day, and I don't even remember eating a bunch of Triscuits. Let's just say it was a good night. Very good night. And apparently I consumed a lot of Triscuits.
Triscuits are good.
Man, that's like the worst kind of eating, right?
Yeah.
When you have a good time and you're just like, I just need to mouse some shit. Like on the way to bed, half asleep, just like subconsciously chow a bunch of Triscuits.
Your hand's stuck inside the box.
Yeah, you wake up with it in there.
Man, I sleep really hard. So like when I sleepwalk to bed, I don't know anything that's going on.
You don't, dear.
No. And my wife's like, do you recall like eating a bunch of Triscuits? I'm like, no, I don't. She's like, I woke up this morning and there was an open box of Triscuits, just Triscuit crumbs like all over the place. I'm like, oh, wow. Sleepwalking with some Triscuits. Good form there. Very good form.
Nice.
Bad.
They're good with beer.
They're good
They're
though.
not too salty. Just a little bit of salt on them. Get those smoked Gouda ones, buddy.
They make smoked
So
Gouda
good.
Triscuits?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Time to start my life over. No idea,
go.
Shane. Well, thank you very much for listening. We really, really appreciate it. You can do what we've said now 3 weeks, 3 episodes in a row, and we'll stop bugging you. But tell a friend. Let's grow this thing by 1. That'd be great. Support people involved. Join the community. Love the conversations we have going on with all of you. Thank you so much for listening, for being involved. And let's play some Animal Crossing. We got Division 2. A bunch of people want to play that. Shane and Carl, you guys you gonna champion that? Put some pressure on you here live on the show.
Yeah.
Get some games going. Enjoy your games, eh?
Love it.
If you're interested in playing some Division 2, hit us up. Because we're going to do that, right?
Yeah. I'm going to make my dude in a minute.
All right. Very good. Be back at you in 2 weeks. Give that Wayne Kramer and the Pink Fairies Cocaine Blues some spins. Leave some comments. Until next time. Bye.